Hello students, let us start with second part of photosynthesis. Today we are going to discuss about photosynthetic pigments. So where are these photosynthetic pigments located? They are present in the lipid part of the thylakoid membrane. So just let us revise the structure of chloroplast. It consists of this outer membrane, the inner membrane. In between there is space called as intermembrane space. It is filled with a colloidal material called as the stroma. Inside the stroma there are many grana. Single granum is a stalk of number of thylakoids. Each thylakoid wall, each this thylakoid wall, it is made up of a double walled membrane. This double walled membrane, it is made up of two layers of phospholipid, each having the heads and the tails. Heads are facing outward, tails are inside because they are hydrophobic tails. In between, there are embedded proteins, carrier substances, and photosystems are present. Inside these photosystems, what are present? Inside the photosystem, the photosynthetic pigments are present, which are of three types: chlorophyll pigments, carotenoid pigments, and phycobilin. Phycobilin are found in algae and cyanobacteria. Of course, cyanobacteria do not have chloroplast because they are prokaryotic. They have the photosynthetic pigments dissolved in their cytoplasm. Let us see about chlorophyll. There are normally nine types of chlorophyll. We are going to discuss about seven type: chlorophyll A, B, C, D, E, bacteriochlorophyll, and bacterioverdin. Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B are widely distributed in algae and higher plants. Now, the parts of the chlorophyll, generally or chemically, chlorophyll consists of two parts. It consists of a head and a tail. Head is called as porphyrin ring, which is also termed as tetrapyrrole ring, and the tail is basically a hydrocarbon tail consisting of 20 hydrocarbons, and this tail is called as a phytol tail. Just to draw a brief diagram of the chlorophyll, basically in the center there is magnesium. On the four sides of the magnesium, here there are four nitrogen, so these are four nitrogen, and there are these five rings which are called as the pyrrole rings attached to the nitrogen. Actually, nitrogen is a part of the pyrrole ring. So these are four pyrrole rings. So this is ring number 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. To this third one, there is one more cyclopenton attached. Okay, so this is carbon number 1, and then these are attached to each other. These pyrrole rings, I'll show it with red color. They are attached like this with each other. Okay, so they are attached like this with each other. Now let us have a look at the carbon numbers. Now this is the carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, this is carbon number 3, and very important, to carbon number 3 students, always the R group is attached. Okay, this is carbon number 4, this is carbon number 5, this is carbon number 6. Okay, carbon number 7 is here, carbon number 8 is here. To carbon number 7, again listen carefully. Carbon number 7 is attached the phytol tail, which is made up of 20 carbons, and this cyclopenton ring here, it consists of carbon number 9 and carbon number 10. I hope you followed the structure. Magnesium in the center, four rings, pyrrole ring, four in number, so tetrapyrrole. It is also called as a porphyrin ring. First ring, it is having carbon 1, carbon 2. Carbon 3 has the R group. R group varies. In chlorophyll A, the R group is methyl group. In chlorophyll B, the R group is CHO, aldehyde group. So it varies. And on the seventh carbon, the phytol tail is attached. So I hope you followed the structure. I'll revise it again. So chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A is blue-green in color. Chlorophyll B is olive or yellow-green in color. Chlorophyll A, when we dissolve this chlorophyll, suppose say in spinach or something in acetone, and we hold a torch on it, when it reflects the light, chlorophyll A always appears red in color. If we are the reflected light from chlorophyll B appears brownish red in color. Chlorophyll A at the 3 carbon, it is having methyl group. Chlorophyll B at the 3 carbon, it has aldehyde group, CHO group. Chlorophyll A is a primary pigment. It is forming the reaction center. Very, very important part of photosynthesis. I'll teach you about it in more detail in next video. Chlorophyll B forms the accessory pigment, the extra pigment which gives their electrons to the chlorophyll A, the reaction center. Empirical formula of chlorophyll A is C55H72O5N4Mg, whereas chlorophyll B, it has C55, H is less 70, oxygen is more 6, N4 and magnesium. Chlorophyll A, again to revise, magnesium in the center. These are four nitrogen. This is ring number 1. This is ring number 2, ring number 3, ring number 4. Right? Now let me show you the carbon numbers. This is carbon number 1 showing with red color. This is carbon number 2. Carbon number 3 is having the methyl group, so it is chlorophyll A. This is carbon number 4. Carbon number 5, 6, 7. What is attached to carbon number 7? The phytol tail is attached. This is carbon number 8. Let me show you the cyclopenton ring with other color. The cyclopenton ring will show with blue color. So this is the cyclopenton ring. Similarly, let us have a look at the chlorophyll B. Magnesium in the center, four pyrrole rings. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is the fifth one, the cyclopenton one. Actually, not fifth one, it is the cyclopenton one. Now, let me show you the carbons with the red color. This is carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3. Again, look at carbon number 3. Which group it is having? CHO group, aldehyde group at carbon number 3. So it is chlorophyll B. This is carbon number 4. This is carbon number 5, 6. And look here, carbon number 7. What is it having? It is attached with the phytol tail. Carbon number 8, carbon number 9 and 10 are present on the cyclopenton ring. So this is chlorophyll A and B molecular structure. I hope you have understood it. Let us talk about the next type of pigments, that are carotenoids. They are lipid compounds. They protect the chlorophyll from photooxidation. They transfer the light energy, usually which is absorbed in the violet to blue range of the visible light, and they transfer this light energy to chlorophyll A. Carotenoids are having two major groups: carotenes, which are orange in color, xanthophylls, which are yellow in color. Carotenes, the empirical formula is C40H56. Xanthophyll have additional oxygen, so C40H56 and oxygen. Examples of carotenes are beta carotene, which is orange in color. You can find ample of beta carotene in carrot, which converts itself after reacting with water into vitamin A, and therefore vitamin A is ample when you get vitamin A when you eat carrots. Lycopene is one another example of carotene. This is reddish color carotene found in tomatoes and red chilies. Xanthophyll, best example is lutein and zeaxanthin. These are yellow color pigments. You can see lutein in old leaves when they are just about to fall off. The chlorophyll is diminishing in them and it becomes yellowish in color. This yellow color is because of lutein. So these are the best example of xanthophylls. Now let us discuss about the third type of pigment, that is phycobilin, which is found in algae and found in blue-green algae, that is cyanobacteria. There are two types of phycobilins, phycocyanin and phycoerythrin. As the color combination suggests, phycocyanin are blue in color, phycoerythrin are red in color. Phycocyanin, blue color pigment found in cyanobacteria, blue-green algae. Phycoerythrin is found in red algae. So students, I hope you have understood about pigments. Now let me discuss about a very nice activity given in your book also. If you take spinach leaves and you mix it with acetone and little amount of chalk or calcium carbonate, you nicely grind it in a mortar and a pestle, then you filter it through a filter paper or a nice cotton cloth, and you get the decoction. Add a drop of add a drop of this decoction on chromatography paper, and then place this paper into a cylinder which is filled with a liquid solution of medium, which is made from petroleum ether and acetone in a proportion of 9:1 at normal temperature. Though in the book they have mentioned 40 to 60, but in a normal temperature, you will see that as the acetone and the ether solution is traveling through the chromatography paper, the pigments which are present in the spinach droplet, they also travel, and you will see different type of beautiful color bands are seen on the chromatography paper as seen in the picture. Chlorophyll B, olive green color at the bottom. Chlorophyll A band is obtained above it, which is blue green in color. Xanthophyll yellow color pigment is obtained, band is obtained above, and at the top the carotene pigment is obtained as this solvent medium is moving. So this is how we can separate the pigments present in spinach leaves by using paper chromatography technique. And as they are soluble in acetone or organic solvents, we are using acetone and a combination of petroleum ether. So students, I hope you have understood everything about pigments, and next video will discuss about nature of light and action and absorption spectrum. Thank you.